For more on the state of U.S.-Venezuelan relations, I'm joined by Russ Dallen, President and Editor-in-Chief of the Latin American Herald Tribune. Russ, welcome back to the show. Are you surprised by the Maduro turnaround?
Thank you, Elaine. Yes, I am surprised. In the long run, it's typical of the policy, especially since Maduro would very much like to be like his predecessor, Chavez, and standing up and getting his anti-imperialist credentials. However, you need to have a relationship with the U.S. In place before you can walk away from it, and they didn't even have ambassadors in each other's country yet. So saying you're going to stop discussing having relations really was a bit premature.
You know, there was this hope with this leadership change, but why would Maduro and his government try to improve relations with the U.S. in the first place?
Well, the United States is, as Martin pointed out, the most important recipient of Venezuelan oil, about 1 million barrels a day almost. And for Venezuela, and for the U.S., Venezuela is the 4th largest supplier of oil to the U.S. markets. So you have two countries that very much need each other. That means that Venezuela receives $100 million a day with oil prices above $100 a barrel. And in turn, Venezuela imports things from the United States, including gasoline, which it then turns around and sells at a penny a gallon to keep its population happy. But it very much needs the U.S. as well.
So regarding oil, and despite this lip service by the Venezuelan government, do you think that it will be business as usual then between these two countries, despite what was being said?
Well, yes, there's very much a separation between the rhetoric that we hear coming out of a government and the actual trade relations that continue to go on. Despite the fact that Venezuela and the United States have not really had ambassadors in each, well, there's been no American ambassador in Venezuela since 2008, when Chavez kicked out the American ambassador, Patrick Duffy, in sympathy with Bolivia, who had also kicked out their ambassador. So it wasn't even something that the Americans had done in Venezuela. It was just in sympathy or in working with Bolivia that they would kick out the American ambassador. And then in 2010, a new American ambassador was being proposed, and he, like Samantha Powers, the UN designate to the the U.S. designate to the UN, who has upset the Venezuelans by making a one-sentence comment that mentioned them in the same sentence as Iran and Russia. Chavez rejected that ambassador. So the U.S. turned around and expelled Bernardo Alvarez, who was the Venezuelan ambassador.
All right, Russ Dallen, we'll leave it there. Very interesting stuff. Thank you for your time.